All right, everybody, welcome back for some upper body therapy and small muscle group work. So you need your orange band. You also need a hand towel or two. Mine were kind of thin, so I got two. Rolled up with a rubber band or something to keep them from unrolling on you. We're gonna use them to stabilize our arm when we do some abduction and adduction work. So grab that, pause if you need to. Okay, we're gonna start with some swords. So what I want you to do is roll up one hand and stick that hand on your shoulder. That's your stabilizer. That arm's not going anywhere. Your other hand, we're gonna start thumb down. So with your thumb down, grab onto your band. And I'm going to unsword or desword, not really sure what that word would be. You're gonna take your sword out of your pocket. So I'm gonna take that sword and I'm gonna stretch it up and across, back to center, up and across, back to center. We're just taking a quick 10. Most importantly, I want you to think about what your shoulder is doing. Is it lifting up to your ear to come up, or is it staying pressed down? If you've got a mirror close by, look into that mirror. You want a nice long neckline. That's probably 7 or so, 8, 9, and 10. Now I want you to switch the grip on your hand, flip it upside down. So now when you go to pull that sword out, you're pulling thumb up to the ceiling. Good. It may feel a little bit different through the shoulder. All we've done is rotated through the shoulder and changed what muscle groups are working just a little bit. Good. Shoulders are starting to feel a little tired. Hang in there. I think that's 8 or so. 9 and 10. Now we're going to switch arms. So my right arm becomes my anchor to my hip. Now my left arm is going to be my working arm. Thumbs down to start with, up and away, back to center, away. Good. If that long band is bugging you, you can alter it a little bit, shorten it up, but it's not making a difference on your move. Long neckline, pulling up and away through that shoulder. I think that's 7 or so. 8, 9, last one, and 10. Now flip that hand around so my thumb is up. Same movement. Up and away, good. Keep those shoulder blades squeezed together. Now this shoulder should be starting to feel a little tired on you. Good. This is 6, I think, for me. 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Excellent. Now we're going to take our band. You need to find something that you can wrap it to for this first exercise, for abduction. For ab, you're going to be able to use yourself. But refrigerator door works pretty good if that's an option. Something heavy. You could even wrap it around a doorknob multiple times if you needed to. That would probably work. A friend, a spouse, whoever's in your house. Okay, so I'm going to take my band. I'm going to wrap it around. So my first one is adduction, which means, well, for school terms, add, you're adding it back to your body. Ab, you're taking it away. So on adduction, I've got my roll against between my rib cage and my arm. My arm's at 90 degrees. I'm going to take my band on my refrigerator here, and I'm going to add it back to my body. Squeeze and pull. I'm going to change the view for you just a little bit. So from facing you, I'm pulling in and release. The key is that your shoulder and elbow do not move. What they're going to want to do is rotate. If I turn my body, then my shoulder doesn't actually have to do any work. You want to keep everything facing straight ahead so that all the tiny muscles in that shoulder are doing your work. It's about 7, I think. 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. Whoop. Change my view back. So you see my beautiful refrigerator. Side note, when I did my remodel a couple years ago back in Austin, I went with the stainless that wasn't stainless. It was the smudge proof. This is not. It is stainless. I will never go stainless again. Smudge proof is the way to go. Okay, back to work. Sorry, off my soapbox. So I've got my towel roll between my arm and my body. Open out the sides, squeeze, and pull. For purposes of you being at home, you want to be directly out from your fridge and pulling sideways, but you can't see me, so that's why I turn. But pull it in and release. Remember that shoulder doesn't move. Excellent, keeping that elbow stabilized. You can also think about it like trying not to let this roll, this pad move at all. It stays nice and stable. Good. I'm gonna say this is 3 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Now you can take it out of your fridge because you can do this part with just you. So now we need to pull the opposite direction. We pulled in, and most important for a lot of us is the press away. This is the direction that a lot of us are either weak or we're not very flexible. So I've got my band stabilizing. This side is ready to pull. So shoulder blades are back. Make sure to not start slumped over. Shoulder blades back. I'm gonna pull it as far as I can. I'm gonna leave this arm out in front a little bit. Pull it as far out as I can. Slow return. Squeeze, slow return. Good. What I want you to notice is that nothing across the front of my body is moving. The only thing moving is from my elbow to my hand. And because I'm so focused on such a small range of motion, my shoulders are burning big time. I can feel those little muscle groups in that rotator cuff getting that work. I think this is 10 right here. And then switch sides. Switching hands. The other arm is going to stabilize. Now the other arm's tired, so this is going to be a little more challenging. Okay, so left arm, press it out, back in, squeeze, and back. Good. You may notice that one arm has a little bit more range than the other. If you have worked at a desk your entire life, you probably have one side with more flexibility than the other. And stability. And strength. If you've had an injury in one shoulder, you probably have one side that's not quite as strong as the other. Let's go one more. All right, so set down your roll. You are done with it for now. We have a couple more to go. The first one is a rotation up and away. This one, if you can tie onto something, especially if it's nice and high, that is a little easier. So if you can tie onto something, let me switch arms, I'll go from here. If you can tie onto something, just gonna do this for simplicity. There's my giant whiteboard. If you remember the tribe room, that's where that whiteboard came from. So if you can tie onto something like the top of a fridge, I would not use a cabinet door. You will pull it open. You may need a partner. I'll show you how to do this without. But from that 90-degree bent arm, elbows at the height of your shoulder, we're gonna pull up and away. I pulled the fridge door open. I'd like to say it's because I'm that strong, but I don't really think it is. I think it was where I had it positioned. So think about your upper arm sitting on a table. You are rotating up and away, trying really hard not to let that arm move on the table. It's just rotating. What you're looking to happen is not let the elbow drop or the elbow come up. So it's not rotation from the whole arm. It's just the upper arm or lower arm if you're hanging down. Hand to elbow, rotating. You can do the same move without anything by sticking it under one foot. So it's the same thing. Hand comes up. Switch sides because you've probably hit 10 on one side. Hit that other side, up, and rotate. A lot of these muscle groups are in through the back of the shoulder, through the shoulder blade. You may even feel the connections in through like the rib cage area with those lats and the rhomboids through the shoulder blades. That's what you're looking to feel. Alrighty. So, 1 foot on, same side hand on. We are taking a simple front raise. So reaching it up, back down. Right there, nice and easy. Your key that you're looking for is that you can lift without your shoulder lifting. I don't want your neck or your ear to disappear. So if you need to lighten your tension so that just that arm is moving, that's what I'm looking for. Switching sides, that's probably about 10. Same thing, keeping that shoulder down. Big lift, good. That's about 5. These don't need to be slow and controlled. We're just waking through those muscles, working them strong. I think I got 3 more. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch back to the first arm and we're gonna kick backwards. This one you may have to tighten up a little bit for. This one, a little bit of a bend in the elbow is fine, but we don't want to bend and extend because now we're in a tricep move. We're moving the whole arm, back and back to center. This one's a little trickier on. A lot of us are not very flexible this direction. Really tight through the front of our shoulder and not as strong through the back. So you're looking to make sure your chest doesn't drop forward. As you lift, you're also looking to make sure it doesn't go sideways. You want straight back behind. Good, 2 more. Switch sides. And kick back. Need a little more tension. Reach, return. Watch that those shoulders stay square. They're also going to want to rotate to make it easier. Press it back and lift. Awesome. Good. 6. I think I have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, and we are going to finish with a nice strong T. So this one, if you have that fridge door, wrap it around both handles. That'll help you keep the door closed. If you don't, you can find something that's heavier like the leg of a dining room table. If you have the door attachment for your handled bands, sorry about that. If you have a door attachment for your handled bands, you can put it through that strap as well. So lots of options here. So this one we are just taking a nice big T, but we're not gonna do one big full T. We're gonna do some pumps. So I want you to pull it back and open as far as you can. You're gonna come in a couple inches, press it back, in, press, in, press. And a lot of exercises we like to call these little pumps. So we are pumping the last about 4 inches of this move. By this point, you should be starting to feel pretty tired through the back of the shoulder blades, the top of the shoulders. Hang in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Woo. Roll those shoulders out. If you are feeling any of that into your neck, then you are lifting up through your traps. The farther you press your shoulders down, the more you should feel this between the shoulder blades through the back of the shoulder. So very little up through here. Don't worry, we're gonna get one more chance to try again. One more set of 15 pumps. Ready, arms out, here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoulders down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 to go, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, great job on your upper body strength. Get a good stretch. Have a good workout.